Hello, first, I would like to welcome you. I will promise this is a chess video. A chess video about Italian game, two knights defense, the fried liver attack variation. But first, as a human that was born and raised in Beijing, China, the city of Beijing has something called fried liver that I decided to introduce to you. It is look like something in the front. It is actually made of pork intestine and pork liver. The liquid you see will be starch, some kind of starch. This is how they made it. And what else I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say this was invented in 1897, in 1894, in Huixianju, which is in some downtown area of Beijing. They cook fried intestine. They cook pork intestine and pork liver separately, usually by steam. Sometimes boil, but most times steam. And they use a separate starch concentration for the soup. It is well, if you are heavy labor worker that consume 5,000 calories a day, this is something you love because it is cheap and it is good. Okay, we will return to the real fried liver attack Italian game two nights variation. Thank you. Hello everyone, today we are going over, well, not right now, we are going over the fried liver attack. Basically, the fried liver attack is in Italian game. Instead of playing bishop c5, you play the two knights system, and the white respond. Well, the correct response was d3. Instead, the white respond with knight g5. First off, I would like to introduce a, well, there's something around 3 following up video that I plan to do. The first follow-up video will be some kind of gambit line. Basically, you deliver check. Well, the correct response is not take, but if you take, there is basically a shitload of tempo that you can gain after queen h4. You simply take that. Well, you win the rook. If say rook f1, same thing. You're threatening mate in 1, you still take it. Well, there's still problems that didn't get solved. The incorrect way you lead to this position, but the correct way is to play actually king e3 after queen h4. Well, if you still you plan to play g3, you still take it, and you follow up by playing queen d4, and then you castle. You can actually castle here because the knight is only controlling ha square, in which it didn't affect the movement of the king, so you can castle here. The play continue from here. If you use stockfish, it's about even position, or yeah, white is like up like 0.2 or something. Okay, so this is, well, I'll use one video to explain the gambit line here. but g5. We'll go over some ideas. The only solution is d5. The wrong if white play knight, and if white take bishop, white just blundered, because you take by knight after e take d, queen g5, d takes c, queen takes g2. Well, you're threatening mating 1 here. The only solution is queen e2. Well, the other solution is the other solution. Well, there's actually no other solution. You blunder the queen. So after queen e2, you take this. So you will avoid losing a tempo. f3, take. The play continue from here. In a lot of Italian game, the 2 knights version of the Italian game, playing f5 is very virtual here. This is actually one thing to notice. You play f5 as soon as possible, because the knight on c1 is useless. It is useless. Same thing for the knight. The knight, even you play knight c3, is still useless, because all the square that the knight can be possibly go to are being controlled. So the play continue from here. And well, if you get into this position, everybody know black is favor. So once again, this play bishop c5 is only against like very low rated guy, or kids want to try, you punish him, yada yada yada. After d5, pawn take. Don't take it back, because this is another false move, because there's knight f7. After king take, you lead into some the correct move is actually knight e7, but your king is very exposed. Not very recommended. If you can go back to here to e8, you facing some, you probably want to exchange it right away. Yeah. And in this position, white is up a whole pawn, and black didn't have much compensation. So knight take d5 is actually blundered. There's 2 possible move. The correct possible move. The most theoretical sound is knight a5. Well, now you're threatening 2 things. You're trying to kill two birds in 1 stone. So let me see. You're trying to take. Well, if bishop b3, then knight take. After a take, you take back the pawn. The queen is threatening the knight on g5, so you play knight f3, and then you play e4. Black is very good. In this position, and it is almost like winning position. After queen e2, queen e7, knight d4, play c5. As you can see, black is totally winning here. So let's go back. The only correct move after knight a5 is there's a check here to gain tempo, and you play c6, pawn take, bishop go back to d3. Well, in the other variation that you are about to see, knight go to f1. Knight c3 has one main idea. Because white is actually slow on development, the knight e4 move is actually could be somewhat devastating after the knight on g5 retreat. So bishop d3 to control the e4 square. Knight d5, knight f3, bishop d6, and then we have castle, rook e1, rook e8. And there's actually a tons of move here that is possible. F5 is actually is still good. F5 is still good because, well, F5 is using the there's many moves as you can see here, but we'll go over the F5 idea because it's a very it's actually somewhat unique in the two knights version. In the Friar Liver attack, it's actually very common to see F5. F5, knight take, and then queen f6. There's not too many way for the knight to go. The possible only way is actually knight f3. After knight f3, play what? Play g5. As you can see, black is taking the initiative. If you forgive me my language, I'll always say black is nuts here. The only move actually is f3, because if you don't play f3, you'll probably get run over. f3, f4, and then knight h4. Because, well, if you play some, like, this is actually reasonable move, black will immediately turn the table, play g4, then you have to take on d5, c take, rook b1, well, why do you play rook b1? Because you probably have to push it here. If you don't, which is very possible, c3 is purely slow. So, bishop rook b1 is actually the only move. Is support possible b4, and you well, as you can see already, this knight is the knight on f3 is like total loss. So the only way that you will see the correct way, which is play g3 followed by g3 after g3, and then black play g4, and then knight go to h4. That's the only move, because well, computer only rate this as a somewhat even game, but I like black because it is actually taking a good amount of initiative. The only thing you probably have to do is you have to fix this knight on a5 up, and you will have a good game. Because the slow development of the bishop of white actually doesn't necessarily form a threat to black king's position, but on the other hand, if you are black, you probably have to play like totally active. You have to play very active, because you know your king safety is very bad. You probably got run over. This position is actually about even position. If we go back here, well, there's a second solution, which is playing b5. If you take, it's okay. It's actually it become computer rate this. We will be rate this as a complete even game, and you will do some knight c3, bishop g4. Possibly f3. You want to, because if you don't play f3, you could play castle here. Castle is okay, or you play f3 or queen e2. Play continue from here, but this is slightly better for white. Well, if you play bishop b5, then you will see some queen d5 after bishop takes c6, queen take, castle. Play continue from here. It's about even position, but you will face some nasty thing here, so it is actually recommended you play queen f3 as soon as possible. No. You play f3 first. Now you have to play f3, basically on first line, because you have to protect the g2 square. The current best move is retreat here. Well, it's actually like kicking the ball back, because here you gain tempo. You will get this b5 back. You will get this b5 pawn back, and play continue from here. Here you should play bishop b7, and then both side castle. Play continue from here. That's it for this video. That I will be doing probably 3 more. One is the gambit line. The other 2 is knight a5 and b5. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.